If we adopted the cynical view that we should only believe what we can physically see to avoid being tricked, we would first have to stop believing in love. If we did this out of fear of being deceived, we would ultimately deceive ourselves. We can be deceived in two ways: by believing what is untrue, or by refusing to believe what is true. We can be fooled by appearances, but we can also be fooled by our own cleverness that thinks it is too smart to be tricked, which is more dangerous. Is it worse to be blind or to have eyes and refuse to see? It is sad to see someone betrayed in love, but it is truly horrifying to see someone who has protected themselves so well that they have locked themselves out of love entirely. To cheat oneself out of love is the most terrible eternal loss. When you are deceived by someone else, you still possess love within you. The mistake was simply that the object of your love wasn't worthy. But the self-deceived cynic has prevented themselves from entering the eternal. In this life, a person might manage to get by without love, perhaps even feeling proud of their independence. But in eternity, they will discover they forfeited everything. The cynic believes they have conquered pain by ceasing to sorrow. But what good is that when their salvation depends on sorrowing over themselves? If you look closely at the fruits of the cynic, their bitterness, their mockery, their cold mistrust, you will see that there is no love within. We know a tree by its fruit. You cannot gather figs from thorns, just as there are poisonous fruits that look delicious. There is false love that mimics true love. We make a mistake when we call self-love love. We make a mistake when we confuse weak compliance, clinginess, or calculated partnerships with love. True Christian love is not like a flower that blooms and then dies. It is eternal. Poets sing of love that blossoms. But Christian love simply is. It does not fade. While love is known by its visible fruits, its life is hidden. Love originates in the innermost being. And ultimately in God, it is like a lake fed by a hidden spring at the bottom. You can see the lake, but you cannot see the source. Just as you cannot stare directly into the sun without being blinded, and you cannot dig up a root without killing the plant, you cannot force your way into the hidden origin of love in another person. Love dwells in the deep, mysterious connection with God. If God were not love, there would be no spring, and thus no lake. This hidden life is always in motion. The lake may look calm, but because the spring flows, the water is always moving. If the spring stops, the lake dries up. But the spring of Christian love is eternal. No cold can freeze it, and no heat can dry it up. Love needs to be known by its fruit. Just as a plant needs to grow, love needs to express itself. A person who needs God is actually rich. A person who thinks they need nothing is poor. Even if a specific expression of love is rejected or forced into hiding, true love will find another way to manifest. The fruits might be the quiet patience of a martyr or the secret sacrifices of a parent. However, we must distinguish between leaves and fruit. Words are like leaves. Sometimes words are beautiful and necessary. We should not withhold words of love when the heart is full. But words alone can be deceptive. A tree full of leaves but lacking fruit is barren. As the Apostle John said, "Let us not love in word or speech, but in deed and truth." If a person offers only polished words and empty phrases, they are like a tree that is all foliage and no sustenance. Before love can bear fruit, a person must form a heart. This is not just having natural feelings, it is allowing the eternal to take control of one's inner being. Because love is hidden, no single specific word or action acts as absolute proof. A person can give to charity or help the poor, but do it out of vanity, duty, or a desire to look good. If the deed is done reluctantly or selfishly, it is not a work of love.
Therefore, we cannot simply check off a list of loving actions. It depends entirely on how the work is done and the spirit within. When the gospel says the tree is known by its fruits, it is not an invitation for us to judge others. It is a warning to the individual. You are the tree.
The gospel speaks to you directly. It commands you to ensure your love bears fruit. If someone claims their love is too exalted or hidden to show any fruit at all, they are building on sand. When the storms come, the hypocrisy will be revealed. While we should not be naive, the best defense against hypocrisy is not suspicion. It is love. A truly loving person will naturally expose a hypocrite simply by being a contrast to them, often without even trying. Believe in love. Finally, do not use this teaching to become a suspicious detective, constantly demanding proof of fruit from everyone you meet. It is a beautiful fruit of love in you to believe in love in others, perhaps even trusting them more than they deserve, while we know the tree by its fruit. The highest form of understanding is to return to the beginning, to believe in love. Only the one who abides in love can truly recognize the fruit of love in another.